What's going on, people? Back again on the Joe Jones World Cup show with the main man Ish. Apologies about yesterday evening. Some technical difficulties. We just couldn't get the stream out to you guys. But we said, you know what? We're going to give a quick roundup just before the 3 p.m. kickoffs today. And then we'll be back again later on this evening with the usual World Cup show. So the full-blown analysis. But Ish, what are you saying, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man.
How's your morning been, man?
What you saying?
How's your Sunday morning been?
It's calm, bruv. Calm. Can't complain. 2 good games yesterday. 2 good games coming up today as well. So that's good. Bro, it's World Cup season, man. I can only be good. What are you telling me?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just, looking forward. I'm not looking forward to today, but I'm just praying there's something from the gods today, innit?
I was going to say, quick one. Do you think there's any way? Is there any way Polska can do it? Is there any way? Obviously, there's a chance in it, but
no. The only way it happens is everyone's got to play to their full potential. But from a defensive standpoint, last minute, it's got to be like Istanbul, AC Milan. When you had Carragher.
That's just kind of flying off, man. And then
it's going to have to be one of those ones because otherwise, I don't see it. It's going to be interesting how Poland start the game as well, because it's if you go defensive, you're telling them, come at us.
And that's you already seen the extra time. You're going for pretty much 120 minutes of just defending. It's a bit mad.
That's what I'm saying. And we've done it with Argentina. And Mbappe right now is going to cause more issues than Messi. Messi's in front of you. Mbappe's doing the things in behind. That's... Yeah, listen, it might be a pasting today. It might be a pasting, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But look, yesterday we had 2 great games. Before we actually get into the game, please make sure we're smashing the like, people. I know a lot of people are going to catch this on the replay, going to watch this during the game as well. Yes, it was last minute. I know this ain't the usual time, but I appreciate everyone. Just make sure you're smashing the like. But yeah, two good games yesterday. I'm going to start with the first game of the day. Netherlands versus USA. We had Charles Barkley on TNT saying, I can guarantee the Netherlands.
You see Memphis sent back for him?
Yeah.
I like that.
And it's mad because someone's actually said that to him. I think Shaq said that to him when they used to play, innit?
I swear.
Shaq actually said that to him. A lot of talk, a lot of bark, no bite. He just relayed that back to him, about Charles Barkley, because they said that with him. It was a lot of talk, but you know what I mean? So
you got to back it up. You got to back it up, man.
That's what I'm saying. But the guarantee won't guarantee him, because this was probably the best performance from the Netherlands. Yeah, chat to me about what you thought about the game, because I thought it was quite interesting the way it started. I mean, Pulisic had a golden opportunity.
Bro, he's got to score that, man. I'm sorry. I'm weaker foot or no weaker foot. And I know the Utin goal is 6'8". So it might have looked like a routine or kind of routine save for him, but it was a very good save in it. But you're literally through, because the way it happened was a bit mad. The pass through was sick ball through. Yeah. And then you're literally bearing down on goal, just so you and the keeper. Everyone else is kind of out of the equation, because I think my man on the far side was playing him on. Not sure. So it was one where you're literally, there's no one around you, because it looked offside in it. There's no one around you. It's just you and the keeper. You got to slot, bruv. You got to slot that. And I feel like that kind of took the wind out of the USA selves a little bit, because don't get it twisted, they started better. They were looking like a Prem team, the way they was kind of pressing. And I did kind of think, I don't know how long this can last for, innit? That's why that goal would have been really key, because they would have had something to hold on to. They could drop back a little bit after that. So as soon as I saw my man miss that chance, I was like, yeah, Netherlands are going to get a foothold in the game again. Exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. Dumfries, man. Bro, 2 assists and a goal. 2 assists and a goal. That was a serious performance. Serious performance.
Well,
2 great.
You in the building saying, look, don't fall for the Dumfries hype.
Nah, Gio, man. Don't be a hater, bro.
You can't hate on that performance. I mean, look, he's been moving like a bozo as of recent. Since he made that move to Inter Milan, he's been that bozo in that team, innit?
But he's a wing back, innit? He's not a fullback. So let's not judge him more. And I know it sounds mad because he's still technically a defender, but let's look at what he's good at. And then obviously going the other way, he's not great. But if you look at this tournament, the Netherlands have kind of nullified that, because they've been defending very well this tournament. I think they've had Timber on that right hand side. We know Timber's is a quality defender. So he's been kind of covering Dumfries. So, bro, he's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing. To walk away from a 3-1 win with a goal contribution and all the goals, bro, he had a great game.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. And like, it was a weird one because I spoke to a lot of people about tournament football. I mentioned it in a few streams when we spoke about, Brazil, England. And I said, in tournament football is different to just your normal Prem team.
I don't know what these men want. These men want like flipping like total football all the time. Like,
and this is what you saw from them. It was so good. It was let them have the ball. They're gonna mess up at one point, and when we do, we just need to be clinical. It's literally the same thing that my team have done at fives, and we won nationals at that. That's the same thing. You allow them to have the ball in their half, allow them to take shots from distance, allow them to take shots from mad angles, because you trust the fact that it's gonna have to be a worldie to go in, and you trust yourself in the transition. And that's what happened. It got to a point where the US, even in that first half, was still having a lot of the possession, still popping the ball a lot. Still creating their chances, but you could see they were scared because they knew if they made the wrong pass, if they made the wrong shot, if they made the wrong cross and turn it over, it was game over. And it looked like they were getting cut open. I mean, that first goal, that's arguably the goal of the tournament as well. It's up there.
Mad goal. And don't sleep on it. It might just look like a little simple cutback from Dumfries, but the way he picked him out was lit because everything was going on at the front post, like near the 6-yard box, cut it back perfectly. How many times do you see fullbacks make the wrong decision in that position and either just rush it across the goal and then they look at everyone after to be like, oh, why do you not get the end of it? But you didn't pick anyone out. You actually picked someone out, and then there was a sick finish from who got the first? Was that Memphis? I got the first. It was Memphis, isn't it? I got the first one. Sick finish, kind of just side foot, and again the finish. Like you see enough man either sky over the bar or hit it wide. Like Kane even had a similar chance in one of the games for England, where it got blocked in the end. So, like, for me, I think that goal and then what was the goal for flipping Switzerland? My man scored that.
Froilers.
Yeah, them kind of goals there. Like, it's not a banger from long range, but that's those kind of team goals with like intricate passing. That's a bit of me right there, man.
Yeah, one touch, like when it got cut open, it did. I mean, it went against the grain, but it was like, boy, man, like what a goal! And then obviously at the end of that second half, repeat basically the same thing. And this is what I'm talking about, pattern play. Certain teams, I speak about the patterns. This is where they just know when we get in this position, this is what we're running. So everyone's on the same page. It's not we get there, inshallah, someone takes their man on and I'm just going to react. And I think we get that a lot.
The African nations are on, bruv. This is kind of just mad, like freestyling. If it goes in, it goes in.
Unpredictable.
In terms of coaching, I don't know if you agree with this. In terms of coaching so far, I'd say Netherlands and Spain, they look like the best coach teams. There's no give it to the best player on the pitch, and then we'll like you said, inshallah from there. Because as much as Argentina they've been hooping in the small bits, but it's been a bit of a carry job. Let's be honest. But those two teams, there's no real stars in the team. The system is the system. Players have been coming in and out, interchanging. So yeah, can them two play each other in the semis, or would that be a final, Netherlands and Spain? Because I think that game will be sick.
I think that would be a final. A final. Yeah,
I don't know if both teams will get to the final, to be honest. But that game there, that would be
a good game. It'd be a good game to watch, 100%. Like, and that's what it is that when you see these teams, and this is the praise I kind of give City a lot, is that when they attack, you know the pattern of play. You know, boom, 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 goes out wide. The ball's gonna get cut back across.
But you can't stop it.
You can't stop it, and you know it's gonna come. It's just they pick their time when to go and do it. With a lot of teams, what you get is in the final third is go and express yourself. And it's just, I do whatever. I just start doing whatever. And I stand around in the box and then I'm like, let me just dink it back post. It gets cleared.
You see players running into each other's position as well because they don't know where they're meant to. They don't know where they're meant to.
That's what I'm saying. Because there's no actually pattern. Like, you know what? When the ball goes into this position, I know exactly what I'm going to go and do. And you saw it because the fact that Netherlands done that goal twice, the goal happened. It was the same thing. And then when you look at it, even the Netherlands one, and Dumfries' third goal. Same thing again. But it was on the other side.
That ball from Blind was cold. That ball from Blind was fucking cold, brother. And the finish as well, cushioned it. Like, as a catalogue of goals, that's sick. They were like 3 very good goals. So I don't know what these certain Dutch legends are coming out saying the football's boring, this and that. bro, in the key decisive moments, they're showing quality. So
do you know what it is? They're watching football as fans now. Do you know why? Do you know what it is? Like fans ultimately are always going to look at and be like, "No, we want to be more entertained. This, that." But I guarantee, if you went and watched like a game of like Netherlands and like I don't know, man, like Japan or something from like '98 or even like, do you know what I mean, '94,
it'll be dead.
It'll be dead. We'll be dead. We'll be looking.
You'll see one little bit of like magic from Bergkamp, but you'll think, oh my god, wow, what a sick game. Don't let nostalgia hurt your head, bro. Don't like it's not the one. It's not the one.
That's what it is, man. And then obviously, look, just give the US praise, man, because I know obviously they've gone out round of 16. They're going to be disappointed, but I'm impressed by the US, man. I'm really impressed.
2026, they're going to be a problem. They're actually going to be a problem.
Listen, that midfield, McKennie's 24, so he'll be 28. Yeah. Musa's 20, so he's going to be 24 at that 20 years old. Musa's 20.
He's at Valencia, isn't it? We like someone needs to go and snap him up ASAP, bro. ASAP.
Dortmund are already loading, man. You know that's
the move. That's the move before the move, isn't it?
Man.
That's the move before the move.
He's gonna definitely go there. It will make sense. You know, if like a
he'll be Bellingham's replacement, isn't it?
Yeah, if Bellingham were to move on, he'd go there because they're quite similar in terms of what they're doing. Maybe behind in their development, maybe a bit on club football, but it doesn't look like it at the World Cup. It doesn't look like it.
If you put them two performances against each other and said which one plays for Dortmund, which one plays for Valencia, you argue that Musa's probably been playing better than Bellingham.
100%. He has. Like, it's been all bits of the game. I know in this Netherlands game, he did give the ball away a couple times where it was just like, but the whole team were just under pressure at that point. But I think for a 20-year-old to go and start every single game, I don't remember even him coming off really. Like he's
even playing bare minutes. Yeah, that game yesterday kind of reminded me of the Liverpool Madrid, the first Champions League final, the Kiev one, where it's like, okay, this team's done sick. They've got to the absolute like maximum they can do. They've got a good system, but when it comes down to like a big game or like decisive moments, you just see where their levels are. And like Netherlands yesterday, they just showed levels, man. They just showed levels.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. They just show levels, but I've just got to give them props because there's a lot of players I'm looking in that team, and I'm like, you know what, I wouldn't mind having them, man.
Bro, I swear to God, I take about 5 or 6 for a start. I'm not even joking.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. The keeper, there's another one that even having him as a number two, him as a number 2, very, very good. Like very good. Even like the save he made from Zimmerman's attempted interception when the ball came to Depay.
Oh, it came back. Yeah, bro. It was a good save
in front of him. I was like, you know what? That could easily go in. That's a big moment because at the time it was 2-0. That makes it 3-0. The game's more or less done. Like that was a great save. Dest and Anthony Robinson on either like fullbacks.
I didn't realize how quick Robinson was. You know,
he's rapid.
I knew he was rapid, but I can't remember who. Bro, he was chasing the ball there yesterday, and my man had about 5 to 10 yards on him easily.
Yeah,
dusted him real quick.
Yeah,
he's quick. Bro.
It's mad, and he fills the homegrown quota because he actually gets into the US team because of his grandparents.
Yeah.
He'd actually be a decent. I mean, having him as a backup, like I think, if I'm thinking about it, he probably suits what Liverpool do more than a Tsimikas.
Yeah,
Tsimikas play him, and you're not losing that intensity. You might lose on quality ultimately, but at the same time, they're the same age that I think he's 23, isn't he? So he's the same age we bought Robertson at. So like, do you know what I mean? It's not.
You know what? Just thinking that Tsimikas would cook for City because I think he could do that kind of Zinchenko kind of role, like where you don't need to be that intense. You're gonna have the ball because on the ball, let's face it, Tsimikas is pretty better than Robinson. Robinson is just like you said, very aggressive, very tenacious, and rapid. If he could just like defensively, I think he can still make improvements. But he's young, like you said. What is he? 23. So
yeah, Anthony Robinson's at 23. So you know that intensity, that rapidness is going to be there, and you know he's up for it. But I was impressed with them. The midfield, I mean,
all three of them. All three of them.
I'm taking. Tyler Adams for me. I'm going to be honest. If you want to go and replace Henderson, you get Tyler Adams.
Yeah, for real.
The interviews he's done, the way he's carried himself, he's getting questions about like political questions about Iran and US relations. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. And he dealt with it like a boss. Musa, obviously, we spoke about. McKennie as well, really, really good. like really good. I was impressed with Ream. I think Tim Ream's really good. I think he's very good at the back. Didn't have the best game yesterday, but I think he's very good.
Yesterday you weren't great yesterday. But like I said, I think yesterday was just a case of one game too many for a lot of these players. Like they've not really rotated that much either. It's been a very they've kept the same core going through.
Yeah,
all
obviously,
games.
I'm not saying the likes of like a Tim Ream's world class. Like he's gonna
but he's been solid. He's been solid.
He's been solid. I think that's an honourable mention. And then Dest. I mean, there was a period where Serginho Dest, he saw Blind, and Blind was like 3 yards in front of him, and he tapped it past him and got to the ball before him. I was like, hey, this
allow Blind, man. Yeah, bro.
This is rapid. Like I was like, it's rapid. But yeah, even Pulisic, like, look, I know people expected him to be like this world-class kind of player at this moment in time, but you can still see he got a lot of ability on the ball. They just got a team, and I wanted to talk to you about that finish, because there's a lot of debate going on. Did he mean it? Had you right with the little flick finish? People are saying, did he mean it? Others are saying, nah, he tried to touch it and it's just flicked in.
It looked a bit mad. I don't know if he meant it. What you said? Do you think he meant it? I don't think so.
I don't think he did. But it's crazy. If he meant
it, looks mad. If he meant it,
it's probably the best finish of all time.
That's what I'm a bit like, because I've watched him for the other games, and he's not really showing that kind of tech in his locker. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
it's a weird one, isn't it? Because if Bergkamp do something like that, we're saying they've meant that. Yeah. Because Zidane done that, we're saying he meant it. If Nunes went and done that,
bro, accident all day long. Even the one against Fulham where he's flicked it, I know he's tried it before in the game, but it still looked mad accidental the way it come off. Because he's kind of jumped over the ball. The ball's like come off like the stud kind of thing. Like, so I'm always very skeptical with these kinds of players. I'll be real. Like, if I see Nunes do a mad thing, I'm always like, like, how much of it did you mean? It's the same with this goal as well. Like, based on what I've seen from him in the other games, I'm gonna say it was an accident still. But it's a cold finish. You claim it. Like, you claim it either way.
If he meant that finish, I swear, I kid you not.
That'd be ridiculous. Mad goal.
Yeah, it's mad goal. But look. Before, obviously, we know the game's about to start. There's people coming into the building right now, so big up to everyone.
Hey, big up, guys.
Let's talk about this Australia game quickly, and we'll run through the comments, then bounce. We need to obviously check.
Yeah. Similar to the other game. To be fair, like, they gave a good account of themselves until Messi scored. It was looking a bit sticky, you know.
Problematic, yeah.
It was looking a bit sticky. But the goal for Messi, man, like bruv.
It's so annoying because that finish weren't even in the corner. That's the problem.
Bro, it's the placement. But do you know what it is? When you get, and you'll know this as well. Like, any ball that goes through the defender's legs, it's a problem. It's a problem. So, like, the way he just guided, he saw my man come. I can't remember if it was Suter or the other guy at the back, but he kind of saw him stretch, and as soon as he planted his foot to like finish stretching, Messi had already placed the ball for his legs. Then it was in. It was perfect. Like, I know he said it wasn't in the corner, but it was the perfect finish, bro. The perfect finish, the interchange,
it was
like
along the ground. It was just, and the thing with Messi is like it's almost a cheat code because of the way his body's proportioned. Like, him making that kick, it looks like he's running still. Like, you can't see. Yeah. You know, like usually, like when Nunes strikes a ball, right? Because
he winds it up for about 5 seconds.
You see the leg winding up, so you already know I'm gonna block it. With Messi, he's running, and then he kicks it, and you're like, hold on, when did you kick this ball, bro? And the ball's already just rustling into the net, and look. Good goal. It went 2-0, and obviously Australia up in one back, isn't it? Or was it
my man. What's the youngest? Big him up as well. Youngest knockout scorer is Pele as well. That's a mad.
Crazy. That's a big goal, man.
That's a mad stat. But again, I think 2026 they could be a bit of a problem. They got a few kind of younger players coming through, but again, I think Argentina, like the quality of the two finishes, you kind of just seeing like. You're seeing levels. When it gets to knockouts, you can't really run from the ground in it. The better teams normally win. You don't really get upsets more often than not. But Australia can be proud of themselves because they weren't really meant to get out of that group. They weren't really meant to get out.
Exactly. And for them, that's something to build on for the next World Cup. Do you know what I mean? Something to build on. Like, you know what, we done this. We scored against Argentina. That gives them the belief. Like, unlike a Ghana, do you know what I mean, that are looking around saying Uruguay beat us again. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, they're looking at that thinking, you know what? No, like, we're better than we thought we were. Because going into that tournament, there's no way they thought they could get out of the group like easily. If they did, they were probably thinking they'll look at that and be like, you know what, we'd have lost this game, that game we wouldn't have won.
They had France, Denmark, and
they're probably thinking maybe we get a draw against Denmark, we lose against France, and then do something against that team, and hopefully that's enough. It was crazy. They done all right, man. And when you look at that team, I know back in the day, maybe for us, we knew some of their players that we actually knew. Like, oh, they had Jamie Miller, they had what's his name?
Harry Kill, Viduka,
all of them, exactly. Whereas now you're looking at that team, and the only one I really recognised were Jackson Irvine, but that's because Jackson Irvine at one point was that Hull City. He was at.
Time ago.
Like, he was young. I remember like City or someone playing him like 4 years ago.
He's doing drip on Instagram now. He's got like a little belly thing going on.
The moustache thing.
Oh, like, all right, man. Yeah, do your thing. But I knew obviously Moy from Brighton.
Oh, Aaron Moy, yeah, because of his Huddersfield time.
I only knew Suter because of the ACL. So I remember hearing about the ACL when he done it, and then when the commentator said, "Oh, this is like his first game," it was like third game back. I was like, "Oh shit, is this the same guy?" Other than that, bro, the whole team, I'm just like, you're just like random ballers, but they done their thing. They done their thing.
They're going to be proud, man. They're going to be proud, definitely, because in comparison to some of the teams that have gone out, the likes of Denmark, the likes of Belgium, they're thinking, you know what?
Bro, Germany. Germany can't even get out of the group, man. It's mad.
Oh, McLovin, big up McLovin, saying, look, quickly just speak on Lautaro iconic cameo versus Australia. Lautaro Martinez, the stocks are dropping severely, you know.
Bruv.
The stocks of this brother.
Man, them had him as Golden Boot winner. He can't even see a start, bro. He got one start.
Ish had him as that. Romz. Romz had him
as
that
Golden
guy.
Boot, yeah. You know what? I can't remember who I had as my Golden Boot, but I definitely thought about him because I was just like, if he starts every game, Messi's going to be on a little feeling thing. But for him to not even get a start, I think this is like the second or third game he's coming and stunk out the joint as well. So, yeah, his stocks, bro, that Inter Milan starting lineup with him and Lukaku, bro, 0 stocks right now. The market's crashed. They're going to have to cash in elsewhere because, yeah, it's peak. Both of them had a very peak or having a very peak tournament, man.
Exactly. You got McLovin saying, look, my boy Julian Alvarez is the truth. Listen, Julian Alvarez is a problem, man. He's a good problem. And it's just showing again, City yes, they spend a lot of money, yes, they have, but they're also finding the gems right now. Do you know what I mean? They're finding.
He was even a cheap thing. He was like a 20 million or something, or like a 30 million. Bro, it's bare cheap. Because I remember United were meant to get him, so my boy was telling me about him. So I went on because he was at where was he before?
River Plate, innit?
Yeah, River Plate. So I just went on a mad YouTube, went on a mad YouTube one and was like, bro, all kinds of finishes. He was giving me like Aguero vibes. I was like, this guy looks proper sick. And obviously, I saw City sign him. It might have been like it was between 20 and 30 M's. So yeah, they got a gem there. They got a proper gem.
Yeah, massive gem. But look, guys, I know we're gonna obviously just run through some of the comments quickly and then head out because we're going to be back later on today. But big up to everyone tuning in. Make sure you're smashing the like, people. Appreciate everyone obviously catching us now for the quick roundup of yesterday's games. We got Honesty saying at work watching JJ show. Geez, big up you, man. Then big up Honesty, man. Saying Messi makes football look easy until you go on the pitch and you try to play like him and you trip over your own damn legs and look like you're a bozo. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. McLovin saying Alvarez or Nunes. How the stocks looking after this World Cup? Listen, one of them's got some
0 stocks. Goals, 0 assists,
0 stocks.
Bruv, I'll leave it like that.
Yes.
More yellow cards than goal contributions, bro. That's mad.
Trudon saying, why is this bump Upamecano starting over Varane? Deschamps is a waste man.
I think Varane is playing, though. Pretty sure Varane is playing. But I'll be, you know what?
Over Konate.
I'll be real. I think Upamecano's been good this tournament. He's been good. I don't rate him either. Even from when he was at Leipzig with Konate, I never really rated him like that. But I'll be real. He's been good this tournament. Still, he's been good.
He's probably more of a leader, isn't it? He's probably the leader. Like, you know, when you think of like that Konate Upamecano duo at Leipzig, Upamecano was probably their Van Dijk, like where he's the one organising. Yeah. Because Varane's not the leader at the back either. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, He's the captain, but he's not really got that kind of. He's not really got that kind of juice. But he's been good, man. I think Upamecano has been good. But I agree with what you're saying about Konate. Konate is kind of like the B kind of grade centre back.
Yeah, you get your Matips, your this, your that. They're all that side, isn't it? So, Pyrex, big up Carrick's and Noah saying, big up Jerry and Ish. Nunes is still trash. The geezer can't hit a barn door or score for love or money. Listen, it's crazy. Saying McKennie can do something for LFC, not going to lie. Yeah, that's true. Trudon saying the finish from Haji Wright was a fluke. He's not having it. He's on the issue. Noah saying, look, Gakpo's the next Cliver. You know what? Yesterday's game...
He's moving me, you know.
Yesterday's game, it moved me a bit more than the other games. It moved me.
He done one dribble. He like popped it between his left and right foot and got out of like 2-3 man. I was like, yo, okay. And then burst all of them. He was clear of all of them, ran down the line. But I want to see it a bit longer. I want to see it a bit longer because PSV this season.
First game I've seen it. Do you know what I mean? And this is from ages ago. So I need next year. Come back to you. I'll chat to you now.
But I'll be real. All 3 of his goals this tournament, they've all been sick. They've all been sick goals. The header was fluky.
And you showed that you could score goals. So think about it. Apart from De Jong in midfield, their midfield is not really like creating that much. I know Memphis is being on helps with that, but he's not really.
Carson's playing 10, but he's not really. He's just. I feel like he's just there.
He's just a worker, man. He's just doing the doggies for the rest of them. Like Memphis isn't really like sprinting around like that. I think he's just doing the doggies in between, innit? Just screaming that midfield. So McLovin saying Messi. Do you know what I mean? Saying that was Messi's first entry into the box for 35 minutes. He was literally playing in midfield, getting the ball and inspiring his team forward. Crazy. Obviously, Noah saying Australia done all right. Yes, they did. Honestly saying, can Argentina do a Real Madrid by not playing scintillating football but still win it? I think that's going to be any team that wins it. They're not going to go and play scintillating. Who's played scintillating football apart from
Spain? Did it for a game against Costa Rica, and that was it.
Exactly. After that, it hasn't been scintillating.
But even that, they weren't even scintillating because it was just Costa Rica were just moving mad in the game.
Yeah. It's true. The scintillating football was played by, do you know what I mean, like Tunisia and stuff, and they've been dumped out.
The thing, this doesn't really happen at international football. You don't really get teams anymore playing mad. Like France at the World Cup, they were solid. They just had they had a midfield of Matuidi and Kante, and Pogba was playing out wide.
Yeah.
No, Matuidi was playing out wide, and Pogba and Kante were playing double pivot. Like you just be solid, and then you let your forward man go and do that.
Matuidi didn't get forward like that. Matuidi get forward.
Not at all.
They had a 4 in midfield. It was basically a 4-4-2. It was basically a 4-4-2.
Facts.
No, it was crazy. Noah saying, Jerry, bro, Nunes is crap, mate. You can't score. Yeah, we read that already. And McLaren saying £15 million sterling.
Bro, is that how much he was? I thought it was a bit more than that.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
How many Nunes is that? 5.
Too many, bro. Too many. That's
4 Alvarez is for 1 Nunes. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Trudon saying Poland getting baptized at least 4-0. What at the moment?
No. It's 0-0 still. It's 0-0 still.
About to say. Honestly saying, don't forget the Depay almost announced himself at the World Cup in 2014. Let's be honest, he ain't all that. I think for the Netherlands, he's good. For the Netherlands, he's good, and he's a type of player. He needs to be the main man. When he's the main man, he performs better. You can't be that part.
He's not a side. He's not really a side piece like that, is he?
Yeah, when he's the main man, that's when you get the best out of him. I think a lot of players are like that. I think Forlan was like that. When he came,
he balled out at Lyon when he went there after, because he went from United straight to Lyon. He balled out.
He balled out. Yeah, he's the main guy. So. And then McLovin, last comment of the show, saying, I want Argentina to win, but until Di Maria comes back, I don't think Messi can win the World Cup for them. Julian is still a sidekick. Di Maria is the reason Messi doesn't have a World Cup in 2014. Oh, and hashtag Higuain is not the reason. It's his demon. Exactly. But look, guys, big up everyone tuning in. It's been a quick roundup on myself and Ish. Make sure you're checking us out. After the last game, should be about at 9:30 p.m. We're going to obviously chop it up with all the man. Them G's going to be back. Romz going to be out. Ish will probably be back if he's not busy writing up the captions. So, do you know what I mean? But make sure you're checking out the caption on the Equalizer, because I know there was a couple that were loading. They've loaded that they've completed from yesterday. So you need to check that out if you haven't already. You might as well do it whilst watching the game because you know this game's going to be a pasting. So you might as well just watch it because once it goes 3-4-0, why are we watching the game anymore? You might as well check out the caption. Don't message your girl. Don't message your ting on Instagram. Just, do you know what I mean? Just look at the caption first, man. Look at the caption first. But yeah, we got everyone tuning in, loving. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Listen, I want to see you. I want to see you on the later stream. I need to see you on the later stream, loving. We need you. But Ish, appreciate it, man.
Big up, bro. Big up. Listen, I feel for your man, but you can do something.
Listen, if Poland win even on penalties, I'm coming shameless. In the evening. So guys, do you know what I mean? If not, I'm wearing all black in it. I'm wearing all black because it might be the day Lewandowski just. Everyone gets put in that pocket.
France lead score. It's a good save though. It's a good save.
Oh Jesus Christ! Look, I need to watch the game. But look, guys,
yeah.
Boom.